You're a private company. The White House emailing you and telling you how to run your business and how to do something should be setting off alarm bells galore. This segment is sponsored by Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Schedule your free 15-minute phone consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Some patients, like me, lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. So the New York Post reported on this, but this information was actually sent out by Congressman Jim Jordan, who says that they're planning to hold some hearings about this because he had, in this long Twitter thread, sent out some emails that he obtained. The New York Post reported on it, the headline, Amazon censored COVID-19 vaccine books after feeling pressure from the Biden White House. According to Docs, it says Amazon officials initially balked at performing a, quote, manual intervention to remove certain book titles from appearing, arguing that it would be, quote, too visible and lead to further scrutiny. The emails state that a tweak to the bookseller's website that would redirect more customers searching certain keywords to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website was in the works, and that a screenshot of that change should be sent to the White House. But it warned employees to play coy with the Biden administration about potential further actions. So Amazon starts out, I think, in an okay space. And I'm going to go through the emails in a moment, but they get contacted by the White House, and then internally at Amazon, they're sort of like, are they like asking us to essentially ban books or take things down? And this place where it's like, well, we could do that, but it would be too noticeable. Not we could do that, but it would be the wrong thing to do. And then they capitulate to what the White House wants. So let's go through a couple of these emails that, again, were shared by Congressman Jim Jordan to X. He posted emails there between Amazon employees and Andrew Slavitt, who was at the time a senior advisor on the White House's COVID-19 response team. So it starts out, this is March 2nd, 2021, and you've got, again, the senior advisor on the White House's COVID-19 response team emailing Amazon, and there's some names blacked out in emails. We did not do that. I believe that was either Jim Jordan or the way the documents came to Congress. So Andrew says in this email, who can we talk to about the high levels of propaganda and misinformation and disinformation of Amazon? That's a bold email. I really want to know who he's sending that to specifically. Like, is that a Jeff Bezos email? Like, who can we talk to? Because it's 2021. Had Jeff Bezos left Amazon yet? Nicole, will you Google that? I think he had not yet. I think that had not been announced. Will you check that? I think it was after that. Who can we talk to about the high levels of propaganda and misinformation and disinformation of Amazon? Man, you have some cojones, Andrew Slavitt. July 5th, 2021. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so after this. So this is still happening under Andy Jassy, you're off the hook. Because this is still happening under Jeff Bezos. So second email, the subject line, pre-brief for meeting with the White House. So it's clear that Amazon, as a result of this, schedules a meeting with the White House. This is from an Amazon employee, name redacted. Hi, all. Here are the notes for our pre-brief discussion with the White House today. And one of the notes says, top talking points to be made affirmatively. Is the administration asking us to remove books, or are they more concerned about search results, or both? So they're trying to kind of figure out questions they're going to ask the White House, which I think that that's an appropriate question. Hey, you guys trying to get us to take books down and not sell them? Or you want us to make sure that they don't show up as high in the search results? So this is when Amazon's trying to understand what is being asked of them, if anything, by the White House. So then this just sort of progresses from there. So here's another email. This one is March 2nd, 2021. So this is still going around. And so when Amazon is sort of asking what exactly the White House wants, this Andrew Slavitt with the White House says, if you search for vaccines under books, I see what comes up. I haven't looked beyond that, but if that's what's on the surface, it's concerning. Happy to get briefed, but want to understand the data when we do. And he says he's roping someone else in. And so it's the contention of the White House that when you go searching vaccines for books, they're not happy with the books that are popping up as the search result comes in. All right, let's continue with Amazon. So Amazon internally is expressing concern about some upcoming media coverage of this issue. My guess is someone at the White House tipped off BuzzFeed and is like, hey, look, have you checked out what comes up when you search those books on Amazon? So this is an email between people at Amazon. Their names are all blacked out. It says, heads up that we anticipate BuzzFeed will run a negative story looking at COVID-19 related books for sale on Amazon. This story touches on many of the points we've seen raised over the last year, and I worked closely with Cece's team for the points related to search, reviews, and personalization. Related to this topic, the books team has a meeting on March 19th to take a closer look look at books related to vaccine misinformation and debating additional steps Amazon might want to take to reduce the visibility of these titles. The book's content risk management team is still working on their doc for the 319 meeting, but I would be happy to share a non-final draft if you're interested. And then it goes on to say, PP is feeling pressure from the White House task force on this issue as well. So you see how Amazon is slowly concerned about, okay, the White House wants us to do this, but what do they really want? And then how they say, we're feeling pressure on this. Oh, now there might be a negative news story. So what are we going to do? Well, Amazon eventually caves, according to Representative Jim Jordan and the New York Post. The article goes on to say the pressure applied by the Biden administration apparently worked, as the company put, quote, anti-vax books under a, quote, do not promote order the same day Amazon officials met with the White House. Quote, this is from an email between Amazon employees. As a reminder, we did enable do not promote for anti-vax books, whose primary purpose is to persuade readers vaccines are unsafe or ineffective on March 9th, and will review additional handling options for these books. Jordan, who chairs the House Judiciary Committee and Weaponization Subcommittee, revealed that both panels will investigate the alleged censorship effort. And my whole issue with this is to see the trajectory of Amazon changing course. Now, I think as a private company, you get to decide for yourself what is appropriate. If as a private company internally, you think, hey, there are some books on our website that we think are disinformation and we're going to choose to either suppress them or take them off, that's fine. Do that and own the potential consequences of doing that as a private enterprise. The issue I have with the way this is dealt with is it didn't seem to me in reading the emails that this was Amazon internally coming to some recognition that the White House was right. That, hey, the White House is raising legitimate concerns. We think that we should do this, not because the White House is telling us to do this or because BuzzFeed is going to come out with some horrible story, but because we believe it's the right thing to do. Now, if that had been the case, I would disagree with Amazon, but I think they came there based on their beliefs as a company and what they want to put forth to the American people and people around the world, and that's fine. But it very much feels like, in reading through these emails, that they gave into pressure from the Biden White House. And when you are as powerful an entity as Amazon, or if it's Facebook or X or whatever it is, and you are actively allowing a political entity, the White House, the government, to dictate what you do, and it's going to have an effect on millions of people, man, that's something that you absolutely deserve to be criticized for. Unbelievable.